Hi, I'm Rebecca Rainier. Here's what's on the plate today. An ABC News investigation into pink slime. Is it something that you're eating? How to avoid it. Also, we're going to talk about less processed foods in your kitchen, how to go a little bit healthier in every aspect of your diet. And finally, get out the blender. We're going to do some great healthy smoothies.
It's like I'm seeing all the blue skies, and I'm walking on the edge of night. It feels so right, and I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. Rebecca Rainier.
Welcome to the program. I'm Rebecca Rainier. I am so glad you're here. In the last few weeks, there's been some big news about something called pink slime. It is a filler that is used in a lot of the ground beef that a lot of us eat. Actually, 70% of the ground beef, it is estimated, has this filler. The filler's made out of beef, but it's parts of the cow you might not want to eat. Jim Avila, ABC News investigative correspondent, did a story. Not only did he look at what is pink slime, he looked at where are you going to find it if you're out grocery shopping. Take a look.
This is ours. This is fresh.
Organic butchers like Brooklyn's Joshua Applestone have a strict definition of 100% fresh ground beef.
It should be whole muscle ground, made into a patty, and then put into a freezer.
Applestone says he wouldn't sell or serve his family hamburger mixed with lean, finely textured beef, commonly known as pink slime, something that's in 70% of American ground beef. This picture of the material was sent to ABC News by its maker today. That's the final product that starts with low-grade beef trimmings spun in machines and spritzed with ammonia.
It's an unnatural process.
But most Americans get their ground beef at supermarkets, and our viewers want to know if pink slime lurks in the beef sold here.
What 30% of meat doesn't contain pink slime?
Which retail chains carry it?
So for the second day in a row, we asked America's top 10 grocers and Whole Foods exactly that. These companies either didn't respond or had no comment. The owners of Stop & Shop and Giant say they use the product. Safeway would only say the government says the filler is safe, but they're reviewing their own policy. These stores say their beef contains no pink slime at all.
Is that additive up to our standards? The answer is no. I personally don't know how I could explain to a Costco member that we put trim that's been treated with ammonia in their ground beef.
Critics say pink slime is more like gelatin than beef and less nutritious. But BPI, its inventor and primary manufacturer, tells ABC News in a letter from its lawyer today it is USDA-approved beef and is nutritious. And the American Meat Institute insists pink slime is not an additive, so no label is necessary.
What's being hidden here?
What are you asking me to put on the label? It's beef. It's on the label. It's a beef product. It says beef. This is beef. So we are declaring it. It's beef.
So there you have it. She says it is beef, but if it is something you're concerned about, if that story made you think, I don't want this in my ground beef, there are some ways to avoid that kind of filler in your ground beef. First of all, you saw some of the stores that were listed. We're also going to link to our website a few more local stores, including Kroger, does not carry the ground beef with that. But then you want to look for a label. It says USDA organic. If you look for this label on your ground beef, you can be sure it doesn't have that filler. The ground beef that we see with this label, these are the standards. There's the label. Basically, to get that label, there has to be a description of practices and procedures to be performed and maintained in the production of that food. There has to be a list of substances used in the production or handling of that food. Basically, what's in it, where does it come from, and some documentation of where this product is made. And finally, they've got to, if they are a beef producer, to get that label, explain the monitoring procedure, meaning, you can't just say, oh, sure, it's organic, and then not have certain procedures to make sure that what you say is true. So if you look for that label, that is one way to avoid this pink slime if it is something that is concerning you. It is something that's concerning me, including pink slime and other chemicals in our food. So coming up in our weigh-in segment, Brittany and I are going to get some lessons on how to be a little bit less processed, a little bit more real when it comes to the food that we're serving our families. Stay with us.